Hello, my dear friends. I hope you all are happy, healthy, and safe. Today, in this video lecture, we will study a short story, Why Does the Child Cry? Written by Mulk Raj Anand. Mulk Raj Anand was an Indian writer who wrote in English. He was born on 12th December 905 in Peshawar. He depicted the lives of the poorer castes in the traditional Indian society through his works. He became famous for his protest novel Untouchable, which was published in 1935. Another work on the Indian poor, such as Coolie, published in 1936, and Two Leaves and a Bird 1937. He has published nearly 40 books including fiction and non-fiction. He was a recipient of the civilian honor of the Padma Bhushan in 1966, and he also won Sahitya Akadami Award in 1971 for his novel Morning Face. He was a lifelong socialist, so his novels attacks on various aspects of Indian social structures as well as the legacy of British rule in India. He was died on 28th of September 2004. Why Does the Child Cry? Is one of the best short stories of Mulk Raj Anand. It is a terribly sad, heartbreaking story about senseless cruelty and how the innocent victims suffer most in absurd wars. So, my dear friends, let me allow to start the story. It is a story of Abdul Latif, a potter's son. He was actually 11 years old, but he had the energy of only 7 years old boy. He could not walk quickly enough from home to school as other children walk. So he called as late Latif by everyone. Though he lacked by way of his physical vitality, he made up in mental agility. He was always curious about birds, which he wanted to catch and take them home as a pets. Whenever he saw birds, he lingered there and he was trying to catch them, but he was always late as usual. One day, when they sang the Bangladesh song written by Rabindranath Tagore in their schools, Abdul was trying to pen down each word because he could remember the whole poem. He had the same feeling about the paddy fields and Padma river, which was narrated in the same song. He wanted to recite this song for his mother. Though there was a school in Nadinagar, he used to go to Rangpur's school because his master Elias recited new poems during every period. So he loved that school. One fine evening, while returning home from school, he drifted towards Padma river to catch fish for the evening meal. He sighted his friend Ali, the son of fisherman Zain ul Abdin. "Oh Ali!" Abdul shouted. Ali did not stop. "Oh Ali!" Abdul prolonged his shout after taking a deep breath. But Ali did not stop, but began to run fastly. In a panic of not knowing why his friend was avoiding him, Abdul began to run and chase Ali. He was soon out of breath because his tubby little frame and never put in so much exertion. He stopped and shrieked, Ali, Ali, oh Ali. Abdul thought that Ali had heard his call, but intentionally he was avoiding him and he hiding something from him. He might have stolen sweets from his mother's box and he wanted to eat them alone. Abdul was tired, frustrated, and he nearly wanted to cry. He sat down on the stump on the tamarind tree, which had been freshly cut down, and a thought came in his mind that why had all the trees in the grove by lagoon been felled? Suddenly, he had the feeling that he was like one of his father's empty potters, which had cracked. He could not even make a sound. He remembered his father's word, "My son, you are as yet broken clay. We can fill you with empty words and you will remain intact. As soon as we fill you with water, you will begin to leak." He remembered something and he got up and ran away. "Ma," his soul cried out. "Ma." He felt like a stop spinning, and yet he was moving towards Nadinagar. There was some uprises of a rubbish dump of the peasants' manure, heaped up to put into the harvest. The evening light was blinking in the fields, making the catchy heads like horny ghosts. Abdul explored the mound of Nadinagar, which its struggling fishermen's houses. For the evening lights, there seemed to be no lights today. Perhaps it was early, though the fishermen who had their food before dark to go for night fishing did burn their hurricane lamps before tonight. Suddenly, he felt that the approach road crescent around Nadinagar seemed eerie. There was deep pits where the cart's grove had been, and oh, there was another giant tank, which, with its gun pointing to the sky, while some corpses lay scattered about. "Ma? Ma!" Abdul cried spontaneously as he plunged into Karim's potato patch, to skirt round possible gene of the spirits of dead soldiers and reach home. He was like a ball of tall fire, only made of straw. He felt he would soon burn out, fall, and die. "Ma," the boy called, as though the aura of pure ghosts was preventing him from crossing the fields. If only Ali had not run away, and for comfort he called out to the donkey, "Oh Begum, Begum donkey, are you ready to loaded with the peaches?" The momentum of fear of ghosts carried him up the plinth for his father's yard. It was too horror. All the peaches lay broken, and underneath the heap of the baked clay lay Begum, a shade white, with mouth open, the teeth is jutting out. Ma, Ya Allah, Abdul, hoarse throat cried out, and he stumbled and fell on the heap of broken peaches. For a moment, he was stunned. His breath came and went quickly. He heaved himself up and made up and efforts to go and look for his father and mother, crying hysterically, Ma, Ma, Abu, where are you? Abdul tried to lift the fallen stone wall. He could not do so. He lay flat and buried into the gaping hole, calling Ma. At the same time, he was frightened that he might touch her body suddenly and jinn of her spirit might come and catch him for the comfort, and he might be whisked off by the angel Gabriel to keep her company. There was nothing inside the hole. Where had they gone? Oh, where? He cried out without words. And where I am to go? Where am I to go? Master Ilyas had told the boys that the Fauzi were razing villages to the ground. Ma, the strike came out of his stomach, up his throat, and filled with a tude on the darkness, and there was emptiness again. A bitter wind far away, almost with a sound of machine gun firing away in the continent. The sound came from riverside. Ali, he might be there fishing. Abdul did not pause to think. His mother and father were not there, and other villages had failed. The only person who might keep his own he was Ali. He had seen his friend alive, running towards the Padma. Ma, he cried for help. Ali, Ali, oh Ali. He called out in the dark, and he was continuously calling.